Just for one day.
Oh, one day. Well, what I would do for one day, so I go back to normal the next day?
Yeah.
Okay, what I would do for one day is I would trade places with Bill Gates. I would I would transfer a great sum of money to the account of Todd Haberkorn. Like, I'm talking like a lot of FU money. I'm talking like a couple bill. Not mil, bill. Transfer that to an account. And so at the end of the day, hey, if all I did was sign paperwork to make those authorizations, that would be worth it. I think that to get into this business, everybody enjoys the limelight to a certain extent, and I kind of think they're lying if they say they don't. Because
Yeah.
I mean, you know when you see the techies, the people that just love the tech, and you can tell. But anyone that gets in front of that camera that says, "Oh, I don't like to watch myself," we all go back and fast forward to our parts and watch them. So I feel like I like that. You know, it's when people don't recognize me, that's when I need to worry. That's what scares me. So I never complain about if people want things signed, if people want pictures, if people, no matter what, I'm taking a shower or whatever, and they poke their head and like, "Can I get a picture?" I'm like, okay, let's do this. Like, I'm just grateful that it happens. I'm grateful that people care enough to want to say hello or care enough to want an autograph or something. It makes my day, and it makes me appreciate that, you know, there are people, because on the flip side of that thing, because it is an isolated profession in a sense, we don't always get the feedback from the people that watch it. And that's one way we can get that feedback, is that, you know, obviously them buying it, but recognizing us and saying hello and things like that. So I appreciate it in all forms, and I totally enjoy it, because it's also an opportunity for me to thank them for appreciating us. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Favorite job is acting on camera in meaty, different roles. A lot of times when I play roles on film, they're little variations of me. They're not great stretches like Gary Oldman or Johnny Depp or something like that, where they're very, very different from who he is. I don't get an opportunity to do that a lot, which I'm not complaining. I mean, work is work. I love the job, but I'd love to be able to try playing more varied characters. That would be my favorite thing. Most challenging is, I'd say, most challenging is producing a project, because you have an idea of how you think it's going to go in your head, and it could go that way in the end. It could. I've had 2 film projects where the end result was actually much better than I thought it was going to be. Then I had another film project where it was actually much worse than I thought it was going to be. It was a very expensive lesson to learn. Mm-hmm. And everybody has you learn more from your failures, of course, and I learned a lot from that one. So I'm still trying to get over that one a little bit. Anyone that can endure in the business, and because it's fantastic to get your start. But to me, it's more amazing to maintain success in the business. Because everyone can get that one start that gets them going, but it's the skill of maintaining, like someone like I mentioned, Gary Oldman, I respect a great deal. I used to respect Anthony Hopkins a lot. He can do great work, but the problem that I have, particularly with someone like him or anyone that is in his position that have done everything under the sun, is that you see when they're tired. You see when they're just done with the business, like Wolfman he was in. It's like, I mean, he just kind of walked in and was like, where's the check? Cool, I'll catch that. Okay, what's my line? So it felt like that. Yeah. I don't ever want to get to that point. I always want to be, like, that's what's so great about James Earl Haley, who I'm starting to really become a fan of, because he's an older actor that was a child star, and then he kind of got a resurgence with Watchmen, Rorschach and Watchmen.
Jackie.
Jackie, yeah. That's what did I say, James?
Yeah.
Sorry, Jackie. But you can tell, man, he puts that heart and soul into it, because he realizes, that they could take that away from him at any time. Like, he's grateful for being there, because he has fought tooth and nail to get there, and he was a nobody for all this stretch of time, and now he's on the map doing everything. Someone like Robert Downey Jr., who, I mean, that's a comeback kid. I mean,
for sure.
I mean, good Lord, look at his career. and he's come back from drugs and jail and all this stuff, and is on top of the world. He's A-list, almost untouchable where he's at. Same thing with like Mickey Rourke, who had a screw loose, kind of went off and did some nut stuff, but now he's got another chance. So I really respect those people that, it gives me hope that, okay, maybe I can reach a bigger level, because I think that people that have endured in the business is because they have put the hard work in, and they've stayed strong and stayed in it, and even when it was tough. Because there have been some months where it's like, guys, I don't know, I think we need to pack up, because I don't know if this is going to work out. There have been times like that, and it's scary, because there's no net, there's no security. Month to month, it literally is, I don't know what's going to happen next month. I really don't know what's going to happen next month. Right now, seriously, I don't know what's going to happen. So it's just maintaining and putting in the hard work and hoping that you come out on top at the end of the day. So anything, even outside of all
Absolutely.
of this, that I could do. Oh, I think it would be to move up into the producing of bigger projects, because I've produced on a smaller scale and with film projects I'm talking about. Yeah. But like bigger projects I've been in as an actor and such, but like actually producing, I've produced plays and music festivals and film and things like that. But it was all on kind of a mid-range scale. I'd love to really jump up and do some $1 million budget stuff, some several $1 million budget stuff. Because one thing I will commend, like someone like Michael Bay on, like I think he's kind of a joke in a lot of circles, but like that man knows how to spend money. That's the thing, is like, because there's an art to spending X amount of dollars well, and I think that I appreciate that art form that he's kind of done. So I'd like to be able to do that. My first play was a musical. I've done musicals, but also when I got to college I learned guitar, and I kind of made some funny money on the side by playing in clubs and stuff like that. And I had mentioned that musical festival earlier, and it's a tradition I started at SMU. Yes, guitar, songwriting, singing, things like that. I'd love to branch out into piano, but I kind of feel like a quitter. Like I need to master guitar first, but I'd really just want to kind of switch to piano. But I feel like I'd be letting guitar down somehow. But yeah, I've been musical for a long time, I guess. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I wish I had realized the value of needing other people, and the value of not always. Well, first of all, needing other people is very important, because I've ruined some friendships thinking that I could do it all and didn't need anyone else to do it. And that was wrong, because you're stronger in a good team. But then there's that thing where if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself and all that stuff. And that's true in some circles, but this kind of stuff is such a collaborative effort. Like when people win awards, it's not just their award. It truly is everyone's award that worked on it, down to the catering people, to the key grip, to the first AD, to the production coordinator, to the PA. So there is great importance that I place now on that kind of collaboration, where before I took it for granted, or I didn't think I needed it. I felt like I could do it all myself, or I was this great being for being able to do it all myself. So I would say really be open to collaboration. Don't think that you can do it all. Know that however good you are, there is someone better. And however, don't get complacent. That's the one thing that I see sometimes in people, that they've lost the passion for it, and they've lost their drive. And while they're down here, in their pretty successful place, they're complacent. So you got these hungrier people that are coming up and rising and rising, and you're beating them to it. And when these people wake up, they're going to realize that they're all alone. So that's what I'm grateful for, that I have learned earlier. Or I mean, learned now that I wish I had learned earlier.
Right.
Bigger level. Because I never thought, 5 years ago, if you said that I was going to be doing what I'm doing now and all this stuff, I really would not imagine. I would want it, but I really couldn't picture that would be happening. I'm very, again, so grateful for that. And so I try, you know, everybody has their days where they're like, you know, they're tired in the booth, or we're reaching hour 6 and we're kind of getting a little antsy, we want to go. But, you know, on the whole, very appreciative for it, very lucky for it. It's always, when you get that call that you got the job, that feeling never gets old. And so I hope it never does get old.